April. I knew I was going to do that. Hi, April.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. I'm very excited to go behind the scenes with an interview with you.
Good. I'm ready. I'm ready for it.
Okay, so let me just ask you a couple of questions here. How is this character like you and different?
Well, I will say that these days this character is a lot like me. I would say at one point in time, if people asked me for their opinions, I didn't always give them like an honest opinion. More so just tell them what they want to hear. But
Right.
I feel like that came with growth and age. You know, as we age, our discernment and all that stuff changes. So now I feel like we're more similar because I'm gonna give an opinion. I'm gonna tell you the truth, whether it's what you want to hear or not. So I feel like that's how. Yeah.
What's going to surprise people about this movie?
Ooh, I don't know how to say that without giving everything away.
Right. That's the hard part of these interviews.
Yeah, I would just say that it's a shocker. What people are thinking is going to happen doesn't happen. I don't really know how to answer that without giving it away.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, it's going to have some twists.
Yes, a lot of twists.
There we go. Yeah, that's going to be exciting. That's my favorite kind of movies.
Oh yeah.
So what sort of person is going to love this film?
Well, I hope everybody that watches it loves it, but I will say anybody who is into watching films that are new and that are into watching new and aspiring actors, because a lot of us, we've worked in other film projects before, but myself, I just really got into acting probably over the last 3 or 4 years. So anybody who wants to see new and aspiring, talented actors coming onto the scene, I feel like they're gonna love it. But like I said, I hope everybody loves it.
Yes, that's the fun part of all of this, is seeing those aspiring actors as they're coming out in their breakthrough roles. Okay, so I have a really fun question for you. What's your favorite line of dialogue without giving too much away?
Well, there is a line, without giving too much away. It talks about abnegation, and the group counselor is kind of having a moment with one of the other characters, and they kind of discover that they come from similar backgrounds without giving too much away. And Anya talks about what abnegation means. She says it's a fact that's too uncomfortable to accept. Despite overwhelming evidence, you still don't believe it. Right. And that kind of brings the characters together in a sense. That way they can relate to each other a little more. Right. Gives them something to bond over. Yeah.
I love it. I can't wait to see it. I cannot wait to see this movie. Okay, if you could play any other character in this film, who would it be?
I think it would be the sister, the main character's sister. I believe her character's name is Felicia. She's more so, I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. The way she handles her sister, she tells her when she's right, when she's wrong.
Okay,
I just like about the character.
Okay, do you have anything else you'd like to share with our viewers?
Well, I hope everybody could follow our pages, our social media page, Instagram. We have a Facebook. We have a YouTube channel, which we talked about.
Sustainment TV.
Sustainment TV. On all those platforms. DIY. We post stuff about the movies. So please just go and follow those pages, like, share, and comment.
Well, thank you so much for allowing us to get to know you a little bit today. This was great.
It's been a pleasure.
Love, Lives, and Happily Ever After is coming out soon. Welcome to another episode of Sustainment TV. I'm your guest host, Kay May. Hi. Before we get to today's show, please like, share, and subscribe to the Sustainment TV channels on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram so we can grow and improve. Today, I am interviewing Amy Philbert, who is the writer for the upcoming feature film Love, Lies, and Happy Ever After. Everyone, let's welcome Amy Philbert.
Hello. Thank you.
I am so excited to talk to you because I want to hear the answers to these awesome questions.
All right. I'm excited too. Thank you guys for having me on.
Yes, thank you for coming. So without giving anything away, what is the main conflict of the story?
So I really think that in the most mysterious way I can explain it is there's really one truth and two sides of it.
Ooh, very interesting. That's a great way to describe that. Who is the protagonist and what do they want more than anything else?
So I would say Samara, she also goes by Sam in the movie, is the protagonist. And I think I would describe it as she wants her story to be heard no matter the cost.
Okay. I like that. That sounds like me.
I hope you're not like Samara. Oh my gosh, when you see the movie, you're going to be like,
I understand.
Yeah, you're going to like, I'm going to take that back.
That's what makes us want to watch it.
Yes.
Who's your favorite character and why are they your favorite?
So I would say my favorite character in writing this was Samara's sister, Felicia. And she goes by Fee in the movie, you know, cute little nickname. And I would say that I think that her character is really underrated until you sort of really get through the film and you really get to know all the other dynamics about her.
Right.
She was really my favorite because I just feel like there's this great back and forth. Like you can love her, you can hate her, you can think she's just so ditzy, but at the same time she's so deep. So I think she was really my favorite.
And we get to know her as the story unfolds.
Yes.
Oh yes, I love that.
Yeah.
That's the sign of a good writer.
Thank you.
Oftentimes when a writer writes a story and then it becomes a movie, it's quite different. Is this similar or different to your original vision?
So I was never on set actually during the filming, and I've only seen little clips that Sustainment TV has been able to put out. So from what I've seen, it is exactly like in my head, and I'm so excited when I see the clips because I'm like, oh my God, nobody else knows what's happening but me. So I think the director, David, just did this amazing job. He just saw it. It's perfect.
That's exciting as a writer.
Yeah, it really is.
Wonderful. There was this story, Memoirs of a Geisha, and I read the book. I haven't often read a book and then seen the movie afterward, but I saw it was so different and I was so disappointed. As a writer, I can imagine that is fulfilling to see that your vision is there.
Yes. I can see that. Like, so there's some projects that I'll write for people, and it's one of those things that I have to go, you know what, they're going to do whatever they're going to do.
Right.
But with David, he's so good at just knowing what he wants and seeing the vision that I'm able to put on paper. So I am really, truly excited about this film.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm so happy for you. Do you feel like your characters are popping off the page? Were popping off the page as you were writing it?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Do you have characters in your mind, like, some writers, they'll have it actually going on as if they're real characters?
Oh yeah. So I think I naturally have that ability in my head, and that's the beauty of writing, is that you can make, you know, anybody do anything, say anything, look any sort of way. And I think that, you know, David had all of these characters, and I was like really grilling him on, what do you want them to look like? Where do they live? What do they do for work? You know, because I wanted to get this great understanding of his vision.
So this was a collaborative effort.
So this, yes, it was.
Oh,
So
exciting. I did not know that.
yeah, this idea, David came to me with it and said, hey, I have this story idea and I really want you to put it on paper. And I said, okay, well, let me really dig into what your vision is. And I mean, I was like, what is this person's name? What is that person's name? Like, what do you want them to do? And he said, here are all the people, and this is kind of the setup. Do what you do with it. So it was really great because he gave me the keys, and then I was able to just really pop in and make this story somewhat of my own, but just as long as I was, you know, going along with his final product of what he wanted.
This is a custom story. This is awesome.
It's really cool.
I did not know
amazing.
That. That's really cool. So who's your favorite writer? Other than yourself, of course.
I don't really have one. I have been compared to Alfred Hitchcock,
Really?
just in other things that I do, but I actually don't really have a favorite writer. I'm going to do a shameless plug here and say, though, if I can, my favorite actress would be Fay Wray, only because I'm related to her. So if anybody knows the original King Kong movie from 1933, yep, King Kong's love was my great-great aunt.
That's cool. Okay, so this isn't your first story that was made into a film, or is this your first story that's made into a film?
No, so I do have other projects. My very first one is entitled Connie, which you can find on YouTube. I think they just put it on YouTube, but it's probably better if you see it on Tubi. It's on Cineverse. It's on Reveal. There's quite a few different channels that are playing it. That's a psychological thriller. Connie, Connie,
watch it. What do you do when a new idea jumps out at you while you're still working on a story, separating the two stories?
Okay, so like a whole brand new.
Yes, if you have new ideas popping in for new characters.
So for new characers. Okay, during that same story?
I mean, answer the question any way you'd like, but I'm just very interested in your process.
Yeah, I have. So, okay, if I'm writing a story and then I get another story idea for something else, I will kind of just jot that down. And I'm weird and I have like this split brain. So I'll be, there goes that light again.
Yes,
sorry.
there goes the light.
I'll be like split brain between two different ideas. And then once I get this project done, then I'll kind of move on to the next. But
so you can separate them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And there are times where, like, even in writing Love, Lies, and Happy Ever After, I'll be like, you know what? I just want a different dynamic. I think we should have this character come in to be, you know, this additional support for whatever the situation might be.
Right.
And it might take me a day or two, sometimes maybe even longer than that, but I really try to find a great way to incorporate them in. Right. And there's been times where I've written a character in pages and pages and pages, and then I go, you know what? I don't like this person. And I'll completely delete everything. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, or I might be like, I don't really like where this is going. Can I change it? Am I going to like it? Sometimes, yeah, but sometimes I just scroll and delete it all and just kind of.
Interesting. Does that hurt your heart when you do that? Or does
a little bit, but.
You're attached to those characters, I imagine.
Yeah, but at the same time, if I'm not feeling that attachment and I can go, you know what, it's just better to eliminate them, then I actually feel better. Because I feel like the story is stronger. Yeah, they're not working, and I just feel like they're just this fluff character that has like no real reason to be there. Right. And that's just not my style. Everybody has some great reason why they need to be in that story.
Oh, I love that. Is David what prompted you to write this story?
Yes. Yep. He came to me and said, hey, I've got this idea. This is ultimately what I want to happen. And he let me kind of just run with it and do my twisty little things here and there throughout the plot. And I think it's a really amazing story. I think that when the audience watches it, they're going to be very surprised at who they actually end up really liking.
Oh,
and who
now that's new news right there.
Yeah.
We heard there's a twist, but that part right there, I really like that. That's interesting.
Yeah. Yes, it's very twisty, and like, you know, like a normal person has so many dynamics to them. Right. They have the good and the bad, and I think that this story really is able to incorporate so many backstories and dynamics to make these people feel really, really real.
So layers of people.
Yep. And I think that the audience is really going to enjoy, you know, dipping into these characters' lives and just being like, oh my gosh, that is not what I was thinking.
Yes. Those are the best stories, Amy. Those are the best stories.
They are. Yes, I agree very much. Because you don't want to watch a movie and go, oh my God, I already know what's going to happen.
And it happens all the time.
Yeah. And if you think you know what's going to happen in this film, you don't, trust me.
Oh, great. I'm very, very excited to see it. I cannot wait.
Me too. Yes, me too. I am so excited to see what David has brought to life from the script. And like I said, everything that Sustainment TV has put out there with their clips and editing and getting the audience pumped up, it is amazing.
Yay, that's awesome. So is there anything else you'd like to say to our viewers today?
No, just thank you guys so much for this opportunity. I'm really excited for David and his team, and when it does, though, I really hope everybody watches it, enjoys it, and really has a good time. And then they can take all these interviews and be like, that's what they were fishing at.
Yes. Little hints here, little hints there.
That's right.
Teasers.
That's right.
Without spoilers. We're doing a good job. Well, thank you so much for spending this time with us today, Amy Philbert, the writer from the upcoming feature film Love, Lies, and Happy Ever After.
Hi, I'm Stefania Shoemaker, and welcome to the exclusive interview with Zuriel McDonald, one of the exclusive producers and the music producer for the soundtrack of Love, Lies, and Happy Ever After. Welcome, Z. How are you doing?
Doing all right.
Yeah? What you been up to?
Up in New York, making music, going to school, chilling.
Yeah. Sounds like life right there. Love it.
Cool. Yeah.
Great. So, being the executive producer, what was that like for you on the set of Love, Lies?
I really just pulled up and kind of watched everything go down. Like, the set moved. I didn't have to do anything, bro. Like, watching Dad and all y'all do your thing is really cool just to be a part of it. And
so you got to see most of it on the flip side of it when it was kind of pieced together. Yeah, so it's really cool to see on set versus on screen.
The in production. It was really cool watching it, you know, come together. Yeah.
Very cool. What do you think audiences will be shocked by in Love, Lies?
Definitely the ending for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The ending's my favorite too, but I didn't want to use
maybe the whole plot, like in the beginning, like where they get together to, I don't want to give too much away. Yeah.
I get it. Do you think audiences will root for Sam, or will they question her every move?
Initially, they'll probably root for her, but it's gonna slowly like start making sense that she's not, you know,
all rainbows.
You know, she's a little janky.
Steven enters as a rescuer, but is he truly a hero or something else entirely? Don't want to give it away.
These are, I would say he's a hero.
You think he's a hero?
Yeah, hero.
Especially with that plot twist at the end where he's on the phone and you're not quite
I'm trying
sure.
to throw them off, you know?
Okay.
Like, they don't know what the truth is. They got to watch the movie.
If you used only one word to describe Love Lies and Happy Ever After, what would it be?
I want to say thrilling, but that's like generic. I feel like it really dangles you. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Thrilling is good. I think
yeah,
it's good.
yeah, thrilling for
Okay.
sure. Yeah.
Who should the audience trust? Sam, Tim, Steven, or no one at all?
I would say no one, honestly. But no. I mean, you can't trust Sam, obviously, because she's at a grief group and her husband's still alive. Like,
I don't know. I'm with you on your first one when you said no one at all.
yeah.
Only because Steven, you don't really quite know what his motives are because we don't really quite know his background yet.
Right.
You only get a snippet of Tim. And then Sam, of course, we know more about her as you watch. But it sounds like you're going to have to watch to find out who to trust.
Yeah.
Why is Love Lies and Happy Ever After more than just another drama? Besides the thrilling aspect, because I know you said that and that was really good to describe it. But
Okay.
what else would you say?
I would say it's more than just a drama because I feel like there's a lot of like real life like aspects, you know, written into the plot, and things that like everybody can relate to. It's not so overly dramatic that it's like, oh, this is like some movie stuff. Like, this is something that could be happening like with your neighbor.
Yeah.
Or like,
that's very good. I love
yeah.
that. So let's speak about the music production of things. Is this your first production on a soundtrack?
Yeah.
And what was the process like for you to work on the music, in addition to the executive producing of it?
Well, I was really excited when I got asked to contribute some tunes for the soundtrack. At the time, I was in school, so I was like practicing my craft anyway, and like it just made a lot of sense to, you know, use some of that time in the studio to also, you know, work on some stuff for the soundtrack. And I really I like the way that the song came out. I feel like it. Yeah. I just enjoyed.
I can see it in your eyes. I know what you want to say. It's like on the tip of your tongue, but the words just don't come out right.
Yeah.
It's like when you know you're in the right spot and you know this is what you're supposed to be doing.
Exactly.
Kind of feeling.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
What other productions would you like to be a part of in the future?
All of them.
All of them, like, so you're down with the musicals and, and so you have no limit.
No limits. Yeah.
Awesome.
Put my music in everything. Pay me.
Why should the audience see this not as just entertainment, but an opportunity to impact? So if I was a potential investor, someone who, not just for Love Lives, but if just in sustainment TV, you know, and for future, what would you say to an investor to reel them in to watch Love Lives and Happy Ever After?
It's only up from here. Like, I know you like the movie. Like, it's literally only up from here. Like, get in while you can. I'll say that.
Oh, man, that was good. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for watching with Z. Zuriel McDonald, the executive producer and one of the music producers for the soundtrack of Love, Lies, and Happy Ever After.
Hey, this is David with Sustainment TV. How's everything going? We have another behind the scenes interview with the cast of the movie release Love, Lies, and Happy Ever After. We have Latesha Murphy, who plays the character of Raven. What's going on with you?
What's going on?
It's been a minute. What you been up to since filming with us with our Love, Lies? What have you had going on in terms of like follow-on projects?
Well, I had the opportunity to work with Roosevelt Films in Washington, D.C. And we filmed a couple films. I did a little, I would say a cameo in Princess Killers 2.
Okay.
That should be out, I think, on Amazon Prime as well as on Tubi soon.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also did a few features, I should say a few scenes, quite a few scenes actually, with Mother's Adoration as well. And that's soon to be released. So, you know, just a couple movies, not much.
Just a couple movies, no sweat, no sweat.
Just got my feet wet a little bit, you know.
I got you, yeah. I got you. Now, your character, you were there were times you were happy-go-lucky. There were times you seemed like you encouraged not so good behavior. What would you say was the most challenging aspect about playing this role?
Of course, it's going to be remembering the lines.
Okay.
I mean, for some it may be, you know, it may be easy, but for me, you know, the practicing of the lines, I think that's the hardest part. Everything else is fun, is flowing, you know, being on set with the cast, the filming, all of that is like easy breezy. Even when we have to redo scenes, you know, to me that's cool because again, you're practicing the lines. So I think that's the hardest part, is the prep for the actual recording of the scenes. So yeah, the consistency, the training that you have to do before, making sure you get those lines right. And then, you know, depending on what type of person you work with, what type of director you have, some people's okay with you, you know, ad-libbing, making it your own. You know, for instance, when I worked with you on a movie, you know, we had more of, you know, hitting the lines. You know, the co-director was more on, you know, that wasn't really, you know, that's not what the line was, you know, so we was like really keeping the lines, you know, quite a bit. And sometimes it's like that. But then sometimes, you know, you'll have it where it's like, okay, you kind of make your own stuff, you can kind of, you know, ad lib a little bit. So in my second, or I would say the third movie with Mother's Adoration, we had a little bit more, you know, a little bit more freeway. So if you kind of forgot the line a little bit, it was like, as long as you had the content, you know, the director wasn't really too hung up. But sometimes, you know, I realize you got to make sure that's clear. Okay, sometimes they want the line dead on. Sometimes they're like, okay, this line is important, and sometimes it's okay to ad lib and, you know, change it up a bit. So, you know, I think that's the hardest part of doing a movie for me.
Okay, I got you. So we'll go to the flip side of that. What would you say was the most fun aspect?
I think just being around and the lights, camera, action of it. You know, the lights, camera, action of it is the funnest part for me. The traveling, you know, if you do have to travel, you know, meeting new people. You know, I'm a people's person. So for me, just the thrill of the fact that you got a new movie coming out, or you got a new feature, or a new scene that you're about to create. I think that's the funnest part, because it's like, okay, I got something else. It's here we go again. You know, so that's the best part of it for me.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. I mean, there have been some castings I've done where it's like, am I making anything off of this? And then I remember it's like, okay, the travel of it, strength, you know, being able to grow your network and everything. So, you know, sometimes, you know, it's a all-encompassing thing. So,
yes, that's exactly.
Gotcha. What would you say was your favorite scene from the movie?
A couple of scenes I liked, right? You know, or I would say that I was like, okay, that's my scene. But I think the favorite scene was my scene, you know, at the end where it was like, oh my God, they killed this man. You know, it was like, I think that's the best scene, because I was like the shocker, like, oh my goodness, they kill him, you know, he's dead, you know, so that was like a little twist of it. So I like it, you know, I just so happened to be in that scene. I don't think if I wasn't in the scene, it would still be my favorite. I do think it would be, but it just happened to be.
Yes.
Yeah, so even for those that haven't seen the movie yet, still, they don't know which one I'm talking about.
That's true. That's true. And it's like, I would definitely say your character probably experienced you and one or two others, you know, had a lot of dynamic changes. Like you were a little meeker and whatnot in the beginning, and toward the end, you're just like, you done made a mess of things. I don't even care. I don't even care who hears me talking about it. So
that's true. Yeah, that was another one of, I would say, of the scenes that I was in. That was one of my favorite scenes. Was, you know, we had that encounter of me having to change my attitude, and you know, me having an issue with the whole situation towards the end. So, you know, it was a little switch in attitude there.
Gotcha. All right. If someone were to ask you to give one word to summarize the movie, I mean, what word would you use if you were restricted to just one word?
One word?
Okay, I'll give you two. If you need two, you can use two.
Okay, well, I would say, man, that was a hard one. I mean, at first I was gonna say eventful.
That's not,
you know, because there's a lot of different, you know, little moving parts. You know, it's like, you know, it's kind of, you had to like, you know, the events had to come together, and everything came together. So yeah, I'll stick with eventful.
Okay, that works. That leaves enough intrigue that they'll have to press in to see exactly what you mean. So I like that.
Yeah.
That works. Gotcha. If you had to name your favorite character other than yourself, who would you name and why?
I would say, you know, Sonia. She did a great job. She was the lead character, lead role. You know, she had to really remember a lot of lines. She had to really, you know, dig in deep, emotional, a lot of different levels of emotion she had to experience and display there. So I think she did great. I think, you know, that was another one of my favorite, you know, roles or characters. That kind of, I was like, okay, you know, go ahead, you know, bring it home for us. So yeah.
Gotcha. All right. As far as the ending goes, do you think people will guess the ending, or you think it'll have some people kind of lost? What do you think? What do you think on that?
I mean, you know, you got those smart movie people there. So just, oh, I know that, you know, they're gonna get it regardless.
Right.
But no, I think there's a twist. I think the end is a twist. You know, you don't know, you know, who's out for who, kind of. You know, because you have quite a few people involved in, you know, situationships, so to speak. So, yeah, I think, yeah, that's my answer on that one.
I got you. All right. Last question. So, if you could switch with any other female character in the film, if you had to play someone else in the film, who would you pick and why?
I think I would switch, actually.
Okay.
Actually, I liked my part.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you know, because as far as the lead role goes, you know, for it to be my first, you know, my first cameo, first movie, first, you know, stepping on the scene. Now, I've done other little, like, you know, behind the scene type situations, but my first, like, I would say cameo, like actually on screen, I think it was like perfect for me. So I love that role, and you know, I would say my Shannon, right, my co partner in the movie, I would say. I would have picked her role, but you know, she had a couple roles in there where she had to, you know, deal with the dudes, and I didn't really want to do that, you know. But I liked her role too, you know, because you know, just her swag of the role, and you know, she had to kind of have it, you know, get mean a little bit at the end, and then she was like, you know, sexy, and I liked her part. But I just didn't do the role where it included dealing with the dude. So I was like, oh, well, other than that. So Raven kind of like fit just perfect for me.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Raven was the perfect sidekick, and then it's like, you know, once they made it personal with you, then it's like, hold up, what?
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I'm like the cool partner on the side, but it's like, okay, you know, you don't, it's just like, you never know who you trust, huh?
Gotcha. You got any final thoughts you want to share with the audience on the film? Final thoughts. You got the last word.
Listen, support the film. I love the fact that, you know, that I'm sitting with you. I think that Sustainment TV has done great things in the industry. Overall, I think it's up in a lot of up and coming, you know, directors and different things. You know, David, you know, he has his mind. You know, I love the way, you know, he kind of works with a lot of different people to bring his vision together. You know, it's like a collective. So I would say get out and just see the movie. You know, just support it. You know, we're just looking for that support. It's not much. You know, not much money for you to go up there and rent it. I think that's what we're missing is the unity and support of the community and different, you know, directors such as yourself coming on the scene and bringing a different spin to different, you know, characters. You had a lot of different characters, a lot of different space. The movie was very eclectic. So I thought that was great. So yeah, just get out and support us. That's it.
All right. Yeah. We appreciate you sitting down with us. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Latesha Murphy, Raven from the movie release Love, Lies, and Happy Ever After. We thank you guys. Thank you for your support. Continue to watch out on our YouTube channel for more interviews as well. Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Welcome back. I'm Stefania Shoemaker, and this time I have Miss Donna Hart with me today. She's the set designer with Sustainment TV and on the set of Love, Lies, and Happy Ever After. Welcome.
Thank you so much for inviting me. It's great to be here and be part of another set. It's wonderful to work with David. I just love him. He's such a gracious person, and he's wonderful to work with. So it's a blessing. It's truly a blessing. Plus this beautiful day that we get to be out here in the sunshine and enjoy the beach. I just love this opportunity.
And behind this is Ocean View, part of Norfolk, Virginia, which we all have ties in with the military, which this is a significant space for us.
Yes.
So tell me, how did you get started in the business overall before you met David?
Well, actually, I was in school and I was studying professional communications at Regent University. And all of a sudden, the cinema television school opened up. And so I thought, well, that sounds pretty interesting. So I transferred from professional communications to cinema television. And so I got my degree in cinema television from there. And I worked on a lot of sets. Obviously, at Regent, it's pretty much a hands-on thing where you go and you do movies is what you do to get your degree. So that's how I got started. And it's been a blessing ever since I've been doing it kind of more freelance, you know, on occasion. I work full-time for a ministry called Speak the Word Ministry. And we have a television program called Make the Word Alive that currently we're airing on 4 different networks. So I'm excited.
Wonderful.
I'm excited about the growth.
You are definitely a busy bee working on all of those different environments.
Yes.
So since you've met David, how many projects have you worked on with him?
I think 3 so far. This will be my 4th. And I just get amazed. He's very professional and he's very kind. I've been on other sets where people, especially directors, can get a little edgy. I never see that with David. He's just wonderful to work with. He's a blessing.
Oh yeah, definitely. Cool as a cucumber,
Yes.
very level-headed, and very easy to work with.
Yes, yes, he is.
Wonderful. So let's talk a little bit about the set design behind Love, Lies, and Happy Ever After. Did you have a creative vision when you walked onto set?
Typically, when I walk onto set, I look around and I see what's there, what we can use that's already in the room. And I normally bring, like I have flowers I bring. On most sets, I have two items that I'll bring. One is flowers that are in a particular floral stand, and it's actually a live flower that came from my mother's funeral that I bring it to honor her. And there's another piece that I put on my set, which is an old-fashioned radio that's like a car that I had given to my dad when he was bedridden before he died. So I typically bring those and put them somewhere on the set, kind of like my signature, that, you know, this is a movie that I've done and it's got my mark on it, so to speak. But I look around at the different colors. Sometimes we just move pictures around. Sometimes I bring in additional items, but I try to make it where it feels homey.
But I do love how you came up with that concept of honoring your mother and putting your special signature on things. Those things are definitely behind the scenes action. So let me ask you, how did you balance realism with cinematic flair on the set?
Well, I think the realism is, you know, just the homey atmosphere. And the cinematic flair, I think you need to have color. I like color, whether you bring it in through pillows or some floral arrangements or whatever, to give it something that's pleasing to the eyes. Now, typically when I'll turn on a movie, a lot of what I look at is what is in the background. What is pleasing to my eyes? I like the actors, the actresses, what they're wearing, and I pay attention to just the overall scene, because the ambiance does a lot as far as relaxing or drawing a person in, and everyone is different. So everyone likes different things. So I try to bring in something that's not too cluttered, but that is simple enough that it speaks to the audience.
You have designed 2 children's bedrooms since working with you on set with both Love Lies and one of our newest projects, which is Bethany. Tell me a little bit about how that is like for you, considering you now have grandchildren and a brand new great grandbaby. So tell me a little bit about that process for you.
Well, I think that's where I can bring in my dad's radio. It's real easy to put it on a bookshelf or something in a child's room, because it's got nice color. It's red, so it gives some color, something that you'll remember. And I have lots of toys. So when I go on set, I'll try to bring a lot of the different blankets or toys or stuff from my own grandchildren to bring in just an idea of that it is a child's room. And a lot of times it's already a room that someone is in. So I just have to reorganize the shelves and stuff to make it look a little more pleasing to the eyes.
Fantastic. So what other things besides set design have you done through Sustainment TV and your other projects?
Some makeup. You know, I can do the blood. I can do the blood makeup all the way through film school. I was the person that was on set doing makeup. I've done craft services for a very large film in Lawfully Yours, which it was a very large feature film that Regent University joined together with Corbin Burnson and did. So I did craft services on that. I was the supervisor. I had people working under me. We were feeding about 165 people a day. So that was very interesting to be able to coordinate all that with the budget and working with the line producer and different people. So that was fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you collaborate with much more than just a director and the main people behind the camera. You're also costume designing. You're also working with the actors themselves.
Yeah, I've done some costuming designing, and I help to put microphones on the ladies sometimes when it needs to be put in a place where you can't see it. I did some seamstry for a couple different programs. I think one was called Touched by Gracie. I did makeup, hair, and I did some wardrobe, some sewing, so I know how to sew. I did work on another First Colony or First Land. It was First Landing is what it was called, about the first landing here in Virginia when they landed out at Fort Story. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
When they landed at Fort Story.
In a whole different direction. I was thinking like Fort Monroe.
Yeah, when they landed at Fort Story. Yeah, because Robert Hunt, they came in and they planted the first cross there. So there was a film that was done about that, and I worked on that in the wardrobe department and somewhat in the clerical department.
Fantastic. What is one thing that you look forward to most about working on the newest project with Sustainment TV, Bethany?
I always look for the camaraderie. I love the way that we get along on set. It's just a beautiful time. It's more fun than it is anything else for me because I am a people person. So I like to be among people. I was raised with a lot of siblings, a lot of cousins. So I'm used to chaos, so to speak. And when you're on a film set, there is a certain amount of chaos that's going on while everything is happening. You have to be able to know how to navigate in the midst of chaos and to do it quietly. And I look forward to that kind of chaotic type environment and knowing that I'm going to be a part of creating something. And I also love the premieres. They're just exciting to see the work. There was one I did up in Richmond called By the Grace of Bob. Sorry about that. It was By the Grace of Bob. I worked on one up in Richmond. And because I had worked with the people on set, I worked there for like 3 weeks, I think it was, to do this film. And when we went to the premiere, I laughed so hard. I had tears just running down my face. I was laughing so hard. And I think it's because I knew the people. And that's really fun. And I also love it. I'll turn on a Lifetime movie or something, and I'll see an actor that I've worked with. And so I'll watch the movie because that actor I had previously worked with. So it's an exciting time. It's fun.
It sounds like you have a very, very rewarding position on set. So where is life taking you next?
That's interesting. Next steps, I guess it's called. Well, I do work with Pastor Joe Ramsey on Make the Word Alive, and I am her ministry assistant for Speak the Word Ministry. I run her office for her, and I do have an assistant under me that works. And so right now I'm going to continue with that. The Lord's been speaking to me some about starting my own ministry. So I will be launching out with that in the near future, which will be just part of what I do. And I'm always looking to expand as far as doing more in the film industry because I love it. It's definitely where my heart is. I've always loved to tell a good story. And even when they do personality evaluations on me, these, professional ones that are done, I am a storyteller at heart. So I want to do some screenwriting, which I know the Lord has told me is part of what He wants me to do. So I have a lot more stories to tell.
Oh, wonderful. That sounds glorious. So it's been a blessing to talk with you today, Miss Donna, and I can't wait to work with you on set of Bethany.
Yes.
So stay tuned, you guys, for the next interview.
Girl, hush. We don't all have a rich husband, so we can stay home all day. What do you think? Someone is always out to get you.
What's wrong with her? You are the one that can't hang when I take that Viagra.
Always the hero, aren't you?
All you had to do was take care of our kids, and you couldn't even do that right.
Start acting like you got some class.
You're just jealous.
Can I just say something here? She sounds hot.
I think you coming here was not a mistake. Are you crazy? Jesus, I could have killed you. You better get yourself together or you're going to lose everything. Daddy's trying to kill me.
Nothing but death could ever tear us apart.
Chill out. She's just a feeling, rebound.
I could be so easily persuaded to do anything for you.
You left our son home alone.
I just want to be happy.
Why was my baby taken from me?
I would do just about anything to make you happy, Steven. You have been so patient with me.
You need to get your meds checked, Sam.
We agreed we would live our life like nothing ever happened. You haven't seen the news?
I can't imagine anyone wanting to hurt